Hello one and all. Welcome to another Gamer's Log, something I haven't done in months. I think it's almost 6 months now. But, basically I don't have an excuse on the lack of video content other than I really just haven't felt like making videos. I like editing, I like doing this and that, but sometimes, like, I think my biggest thing is that A, I don't like setup, and B, I actually don't really like being in front of the camera very much, and then hearing my own voice. And then, like, I hate it. I'd rather edit for somebody else, you know what I mean? But, you know, I also like making my own things, so, you know, there's that. But the other thing is that just this kind of wave of depression hit me, and I just didn't feel like doing anything, you know, but I'm fine now. I want to talk about some stuff that I've gotten and maybe some other stuff. So I'm going to start with talking about some plans. So the Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi have come out, and originally I was not going to make a video on either. But I think I'll do kind of like what I did with The Mandalorian Season 2 and just kind of make like an overall review instead of just like, you know, episode by episode. Because like the episode by episode thing really just kind of gets to you after a while. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but you know, just doing that weekly just kind of wears you out, and I'd much rather, you know, like when Bad Batch Season 2 comes out, I'll probably do that again, but you know, I think the biggest thing was trying to get it out on time, you know what I mean? Like there was a certain amount of time that I felt like I had to get it out, otherwise it didn't matter anymore. But what else have I been up to? I've been watching Stranger Things with my wife. That show has been pretty good. I don't really have much to say other than that. I've really enjoyed the show. It's kind of hard to believe that I was hesitant on it, but then again, it is kind of like more of that horror genre, and just never cared for it, you know? And then something else I've been trying to do is Game Informer. This was, I mean, geez, probably back when I made the last Gamer's Log. They had like this article of like anime based on video games, right? And one of them was a Dragon Quest anime I'd never heard of called Adventures of Dai. And so I've been trying to watch that. And in case you were wondering, Pokemon Origins, Castlevania, and The World Ends With You were all a part of that also. There was a few more. I think it was like a top 10 or whatever. But yeah, Adventure Dai caught my interest because it's, you know, it's Dragon Quest. You know, I'm a recent fan of Dragon Quest. I've been really enjoying. I really enjoyed the first two games. I went back and played those. Yeah. The other problem with doing this is that, like, oh my word, I don't want to say my life is mundane. I mean, it kind of is. But, like, my brain doesn't think, oh, hey, I could have made a video about that. Oh, I could have made a video about that until, like, way after it happens. So, like, you know, I could have been, like, talking about Stranger Things this entire time or something. You know what I mean? Or, maybe some of the movies that I've watched, because I have watched a few of them. But then again, I've also posted a few of those on Twitter, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, you know, I don't have a Facebook. I've thought about making another Facebook page, but something that was really cool was that one of my wife's friends, she had a Wii U, and I think she upgraded to the Switch, I'm not sure, But either way, she got rid of her Wii U, and she basically she just gave it to us. I don't think she charged us anything. There was like a key component to the Wii U that was missing, and that's the Wiimote sensor bar, but that's fine. But with it, she gave us like a bunch of Wii U and Wii games. So I think I'm gonna start there. So first, you're probably wondering what's in here. So do I, honestly. Wii Sports Resort. I was like, no way. Like, I was actually pretty excited to get this one for the Wii. This was one that I kind of wanted like my parents to get, but the Wii was kind of dying out, and my parents just didn't have enough money, and we had the original Wii Sports, so it was like, what was the point in the second one? But yeah, Wii Sports Resort. That was a pretty cool. That was a pretty cool one to get. Sonic and the Secret Wings. Can't believe. Well, I mean, back when I was living with my parents, we had it, but I've never actually played this one because I heard it sucked, and I keep hearing it sucks. But you know, it's really cool to add to the collection. Mario Kart Wii. Honestly, thought about going back and trying to play this one, like all the way through, like, you know, from 50cc to 150cc, and then mirror mode. Just because, like, I hear that this one is really good to go back to, and really, I think it could be fun. You know, I'm not really the type of guy to do that with Mario Kart games, but you know, they're usually just kind of multiplayer fun for me. But after doing that with Mario Kart 8, and I'm probably going to continue on with the Mario Kart DLC, I just thought that it would be really cool to do that with, you know, like Mario Kart Wii or Double Dash, you know what I mean? Oh, and a really exciting one, I got Donkey Kong Country Returns. I have the Tropical Freeze for the Wii U, and I actually did buy this for the Wii not too long ago. I think it was last year. I might have even showed it on a gamer's log, but it's really cool to have a complete in-box version, and I'll probably end up selling the other one, I think. But yeah, it's really cool to have this. I'm really excited to play it too. I've heard nothing but good things about these, except, I mean, like, the biggest negative I've heard is that they're hard, but you know, I'm okay with the challenge. Ooh, another mystery one. Oh yeah, Lego Lord of the Rings. I know that my name used to be Lego Man 415, and I get crap from it from my siblings all the time. That, like, you know, I didn't care about a lot of the Lego games, but my name was Lego Man 415. But I was a lot more of a Lego Star Wars guy, and like, when every franchise started to do it, it was just kind of like, they kind of took that special thing away from Star Wars, you know what I mean? I don't know. But, you know, it is pretty cool that, you know, all these franchises are getting Lego versions so that little kids can enjoy. In fact, something that was going on was that me and my son actually started playing Lego Incredibles. We beat the story mode, and we've kind of been like tackling the city and trying to get all of this stuff. So that's pretty fun. I hope soon here to play the new Lego Star Wars with somebody, because that's a giant task to 100% complete, which I really want to. I've never 100% completed a Lego Star Wars before. I got really close with Lego Star Wars 2, Complete Saga, and Lego Star Wars 3. No, I don't think I got close with Lego Star Wars 3. I did get really close with Complete Saga, but there was a few things that I couldn't figure out that now that I'm older, and if we still had that Wii, I probably could finish that file, but I mean, you know, it's not there anymore. Next one. Hope my son gets into this one. Again, it's like, First off, I'm not a giant Western superhero person. I don't know why that is. I've just never, never cared for it. Um, I tend to just like the goofy anime better, um, like you put All Might versus Superman. I'd rather watch All Might. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, it felt like it was going around in there. Sorry, but yeah, Lego Batman 2, DC superheroes. Now, mint in its packaging, I have Nintendo Land. Surprisingly, I actually don't have this one for my Wii U. My Wii U was a bundle with Mario Maker, so I never got this game. I'd eyed it a few times, but I was like, I don't really care to really spend money on it. So now here it is. I don't have to spend money on it. And no, I'm probably not going to open it because I don't have anybody play this way. The thing that started it all, the Lego movie. Of course, this is the video game, not the movie, but my son watched the Lego movie and he loved it, and that's what kind of got him into like the whole Lego thing. And I'm really glad for that, you know what I mean? I wonder how this plays, if this is just kind of like a normal Lego game, or if it's like, or if it's different, you know what I mean? I kind of hope it's different personally, but if it's just another Lego game, I kind of understand why that would be. Lego Star Wars Avengers. Was it this one? I don't remember. My son and I started one of these. I don't remember what it was. One of these, as in I have another Marvel one down there, but yeah. I hope to at least play the story modes with these with my son, because I don't, again, I'm not really 100% completionist anyway, but especially with games I don't necessarily care about personally. But, I really hope my son gets to enjoy the Lego games. Lego Marvel Superhero. I think my wife found a copy at Goodwill, and then literally a couple days after, her friend gave us a bunch of these Wii U games. But I have 2 copies of these, of this one. I think it's back there still. But, yeah. I don't think this is the one that we started, come to think about it. I didn't see Deadpool in there. Huh. 100 playable characters. Yeah, I don't have much to say about these Lego games, I'm sorry. I wish I could show you guys this next one, but me and my wife one day were on our way to Goshen to go to the Elkhart 4-H fair. And on our way, we stopped by this video game shop called Media Exchange. I'm stupid. Media Exchange 2. It's their second branch. Their other one is in Elkhart on Johnson Street, right? If you even know where that is. Like, if you don't, this information is going to be useless. But they had a Sega Genesis there for sale, and it was $50. Like, I have never seen a Genesis for that low. It's either 70, 60, or 80, way above what I'm willing to pay the price for a Sega Genesis. So I bought it. It was faulty. I actually tried to make a video about it and trying to restore it, but I couldn't. And that really sucked. But, so I took it in, literally like a week later or something like that. And this is why I love this place. I give it to the guy. He basically fiddles with both of the Genesis, whatever. And like, he basically hands me the one that was working and says, "Here you go." And like, basically there's like a 30-day guarantee type thing or whatever. But I just thought just the way he did it was so funny. He was just like, "Yep, here you go. Okay, problem solved." But got that one home. That one worked slightly better. Only slightly. What happened with it is that like the power cord isn't in there correctly, I guess. So then it just has like a very faulty connection, and both of these things were not reading games very well. The other one wasn't turning, the first one wasn't turning on at all. This one kind of turns on if you fiddle with the plug-in, but it's not really reading games either, so we'll see what happens with that. It's a Genesis 1, and again, I wish I could show you this, but whatever. So with it, I bought Vector Man, and my dad has currently the system, the plugins, and the game just to try to test the game. But that's not the only thing I bought for it. I also bought Disney's Aladdin, and I heard that this is kind of the worst version of it, but I just thought it'd be cool. And I recently found out that we also have the Super Nintendo version, so that's pretty fun. Then while we were there too, there were actually like 2 other games that I saw and I 100% knew that I wanted. The first one here is Star Wars Rogue Squadron, the first one for the 64. Never got to play this. We owned it when I was a kid, but I just never got to play it. I never turned it on for some reason, you know what I mean? And I have the second and the third one, so it only made sense to have the first. But it was really weird to pick this up with a Sega Genesis and with the other thing, so that's why I also bought a couple Genesis games, because the Genesis games were surprisingly cheap also. But yeah, I'm really excited to try to get to play this at some point, you know. I love Star Wars games. Okay. So this next one was kind of an impulse buy. If you look on that shelf back there, I have this game called VeggieTales, Larry Boy and the Bad Apple. They made a GBA version, and this was a surprise to me. Larry Boy and the Bad Apple for the PS2 back there was kind of the first video games VeggieTales ever really got. I mean, they had like computer games, but those were more like educational or whatnot, like point and clicks. That was like the first platforming game that they've ever had. And then just to find out randomly that they have a Game Boy Advance version, so I had to. Like, it was calling my name, like, you know? But then, yeah, it was really, like, I picked those 2 up, and then I found the Genesis. And then I was just kind of standing there looking at this Genesis, gawking at it, and thinking, you know, it'd be really weird to just pick that up with these 2 games. I don't really want to hear, you know, well, these don't work with that. It's like, obviously, but these are also games that I want. But so I just picked up Vector Man and Aladdin. But those are not the only Genesis games I have. I picked up this lovely little thing called Attack of the Pesky Robots. This is a homebrew, I think we'd call it. It's not a hack, because a hack or like a yeah, it's not a hack, because hacks usually take something like Sonic the Hedgehog, sprite swaps it, and then, you know, does crazy things with it or something. This is a home-built game for the Commodore PET, and it was ported to a bunch of different computers, and he finally got it on the Sega Genesis, and I'm just so glad to have it. He has, and like, it doesn't look quite Sega official. I mean, the cartridge does, right? But the box doesn't. You know what I mean? It looks more like, you know, his, I don't know, his regular computer box, I guess. But yeah, he's got a manual to kind of, not walk you all the way through the game, but kind of tell you what this game is about and stuff. But I'm really excited to play this at some point. The Genesis version also includes multiplayer, so that was interesting. None of the other versions on these computers do multiplayer, so it's just really cool, and I hope I get to try out the multiplayer, and I hope that I can get the Genesis working to enjoy this thing. Now we're going to get into a couple things that I was kind of given, and I was given Kenna Bridge of Spirits. I think my brother actually lent us this, not gave it, just so that we could try it out, because it's like an open world Breath of the Wild type game, and it's supposed to be really beautiful. And I haven't tried it yet. I'm kind of I am not going to lie to you. The last time I played anything sitting down in this chair was about the Lego Star Wars video. And like a couple days, and then after that, a couple days ago, I sat down to try to get my file back on Twilight Princess. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to work my way through to where my Let's Play left off. You know what I mean? But, you know, hopefully I get to try this soon. I might just have to make a video about that. What do you think? Next one. He flat out gave this one to me. Cameo for the 360. It was pretty fun. I would like to beat it. It's a nice little beat 'em up type adventure, and like, you know, I'm not really a giant beat 'em up person, but it kind of has more of a puzzle aspect than something like Force Unleashed or, you know, Devil May Cry or something like that. You know what I mean? So I hope to get to beat this soon here. Okay, now it's time for the waste of money. I'm just kidding. Now it's time for the stuff that I have gotten myself. And, yeah, kind of financially irresponsible here. But that's okay. I like what I've bought, and I plan on playing them at some point. So, let's get some of the older stuff out of the way. First off, I got Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Oh my god, don't do that. It's crazy expensive, and if you notice, like, my case is black and white, I had to print this out, and I literally just put this in the case to, you know, so that it had something. I might have a fix for that, because I do know somebody who has this game, and he might be able to like scan his, and then I could just like have like a copy of that and print and, you know, put it in there or whatever. But yeah, this game is super expensive. I think I only ended up paying like $70 to $80 for it, but that was because it was disc only. The case is another $40. Like, what on earth? But, you know, supposed to be a super great game. I will not sleep on this one. I will probably try to play this one within the year. Another 3DS title for me, Dragon Ball Fusions. I've heard great things about it. I heard it's a great RPG, but I do not have much else to say about it. I am really hoping to get to this really soon here, because like I've been playing the Switch a lot this year, so then like next year I want to like jump back to my 3DS and play some of the games that I still have that I haven't played yet. I just thought it'd been really cool to like kind of catch up on some of the Switch stuff, even though I haven't really done that. It was kind of weird, and I might explain that in a bit, but and I definitely hope that it's better than that superhero, like that Dragon Ball Heroes game on the Switch, because that's like a card game, right? And it's just like, it's kind of confusing on how to play. So one that I bought from eBay, Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2 for the DS. You see, when I was doing the Force Unleashed videos, I thought it would have been funny to have a part 5 of 4 and review the 2DS titles. But then I remembered I don't have really anything to say about the first game on the DS at all. And so I will definitely try to play this, and I still might do that 5th video if I have anything to say about this one, and I might do like another playthrough of that one. But the other problem that I run into is footage. If I don't like using other people's footage, believe it or not, even though I've done it plenty of times, and I always give credit. And again, if they reach out to me and tell me to take it down, I'm more than willing to. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. But Force Unleashed 2, I hope it's as good as the console versions, if not better than the Wii version. No, I'm just kidding. The Wii version actually really isn't that bad. As I said in my review, it's just disappointing when you compare it to like anything else. You know what I mean? This is one I ordered a while ago, and yeah, AVGN Adventures. I already have this on my Switch, so I might just keep this sealed, but at least for now. But yeah, I heard that this was coming out, and I just jumped on the chance because it was like, it was so cool. I also heard that they had like vinyls of the music in the game, and low key, I've been kind of collecting some vinyls, even though my vinyl player don't work right now. But it's just been really cool, a cool thing to have. You know what I mean? But yeah, I already kind of reviewed these games, but they're difficult, but they're pretty fun. I gave in and got Pikmin 3, specifically because of the DLC stages and the long, like basically I knew that I was going to be able to play it on the Switch a lot more than I was going to on the Wii U. I did hear that I almost got done with the Wii U version though, but like, I just thought it would have been so fun, because like me and my older brother started playing some of the Pikmin, start playing some of the Pikmin stages on the Wii U version, and we got gold on a few of them, but like, I wanted to do some of the DLC stages, so I thought that would have been pretty fun to do. Have them come over, and we just kind of, do some of the stages on the Switch. Now, then lastly, lastly physically, I've got Scott Pilgrim versus the World on the Switch. I heard that this was kind of a rare game, but I found it at Best Buy really easily. And like anytime I go to Best Buy around here, I can always find it. But yeah, I've never actually read or seen the movie or literally anything. So I plan on like watching the movie and then playing the game. You know what I mean? But this sounds interesting. That's all I could really say. I'm just gonna put this on the screen here. I got Star Wars Republic Commandos. I heard that this was such a great game on the 360 and the GameCube, and again, it was one of those, I want it for the GameCube, but I knew realistically I was going to play it on the Switch better. You know what I mean? Just because, like, again, I have barely sat down to play a console game in a long time. And even then, I haven't, and even when I did, it was usually for a video. You know what I mean? I haven't sat down to play anything for myself in a long while. So something else that like was kind of happening, like to kind of go off of the whole year of the Wii, the whole year of the Switch thing that I was trying to do, where I just play a bunch of Switch games or whatever. It's gone okay. I have gotten through quite a bit, but RPGs just take forever, and that's what I was primarily playing for some reason. But so like I can't remember what I was playing. I think it was honestly Pokemon, and then I wanted to start like Skyward Sword, and my mind just wasn't processing what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, I was just kind of going through the motions or whatever, and I'm like, that's not how I want to play this. I want to play this to enjoy it. And so I just kind of took a little bit of a break. I went to go read a book. That took about a couple weeks. And then I also played some other things that I didn't necessarily care to beat, but just kind of wanted to try out. Void Bastards was one of them. And, I gotta say that game it's fun, it's just not for me. It's first-person shooter, but, like, basically every stop is, like, the same thing, where, like, you get fuel, you get food, and then, you just attempt to advance, and, you know what I mean? And it honestly kind of got a little boring, and that's kind of sad to say, because it was, like, right up my alley. It's sci-fi. I don't really care for first-person shooters, but it's still within that sci-fi genre, and it had an interesting premise, but I just wasn't for me. I felt like. So that's just kind of what was going on with that. So I just kind of stopped playing things for a little bit, and now it seems that I'm okay. I've been going through Skyward Sword on the Switch, and let me tell you that this port is, from what I've played of it, already advanced, because Fi, whatever, does not bother you nearly as much. I have not been playing it with the motion controls, as I have stated before that I wasn't going to. And I gotta say, some of the stuff is just so much easier not using motion controls. Because, like, cutting down trees, before you had to, do that. And it would, and of course it would read it both ways, so instead of going, whack, 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 it was going, like, back and forth, and thus kind of slowing Link down. Whereas, with the joystick, you go do, 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 and, it's like 2D Link, where he's just swinging to one side, super fast, I might add. So it's just, it literally is just a little easier and faster without the motion controls. Also, the bird is less annoying to fly without motion controls. So much so. So I definitely recommend this Switch version, however you want to play it. Personally, I would play it in portable mode, specifically because no motion controls. But, I also understand that this game was built around that, so I can understand why people would want to, use motion controls and stuff. So a little while ago, I went to this Renaissance fair, and I got this overpriced, in my opinion, it was overpriced, am I kidding? Ocarina with the Triforce. It doesn't normally come with Triforce, they basically just took a sticker and put it on there. This is a Soprano C from Focal Link. I'm getting into a lot of Ocarina talk. And basically, buying this kind of launched me into being like, I want to learn to play the Ocarina. So I've also been doing that. I've honestly, because I've had like this thing. This is Alto C Ocarina. Basically the same thing as the Soprano C, except bigger. And I've thought about making YouTube shorts with me playing this. But I don't know if anybody would care for that. but I love this instrument. It's not the first time I've tried to do it, but I want to be able to also read sheet music. So like, maybe music can be a viable option for me in the future or whatever. You know what I mean? Or if nothing else, I can just have fun playing this on occasion. Like birthday parties or whatnot, whatever. Just that type of stuff. But yeah, I got this little Alto C Ocarina. It came with this bag with a Triforce on it, and like when you buy one from, I think it's STL Ocarina. I always get Songbird and STL mixed up, but I think it was Songbird. Whenever you buy an Ocarina from Songbird, they give you a book automatically, and this is kind of what it looks like. It's just got a bunch of like fingering charts for different songs to play. It does in a few places here. Let me find the page. I think I was just on it. It does tell you like all the notes and how to play them and stuff. So that's really helpful. But the Alto C one I got also kind of comes with like a fingering chart that's just this and like literally like 3 or 4 songs. Then with that I also got the Zelda songbook because like obviously, right? Who wouldn't do that? And then those aren't the only ocarinas I own. I own a 5-hole one from my childhood that is severely off key that I need to either fix or display somewhere. And then I got this 6-hole pendant giant bass thing, and I bought a songbook for that as well, an anime one. So super awesome. There's also like a bunch of other ocarinas I'm looking at just because I like them and I want to play, It's something I'm serious about. I really do want to play the ocarina. I want to get better at it. I want, I got like this Star Wars sheet music book. I want to, make a YouTube short where I'm just playing that basically. You know what I mean? But yeah, that is basically it. I do have a few projects in the works. A lot of them are like re-uploads of previous videos, but like cobbled together so that they're not just for accessibility. You know what I mean? I do plan on attempting to Let's Play more. One thing that I've run into is that my wife has gotten into a couple games, right? She's playing Valhalla on the PS4, and then she's just now gotten into Elden Ring. And when she's playing, obviously I can't, right? Not unless I guess we could hook the PS4 out there, but then it still kind of makes it hard to record because she's got the TV going in the other room and I'm just in here recording my voice and playing a video game. You know what I mean? But I'll figure that out. I want to keep making Let's Plays. Going through games blind is kind of a fun thing. So yeah, I hope that you will like this video. Comment down below what you thought of any of these games, your experiences with anything that I've talked about. Basically make sure you stay tuned for what I've got in store, and I will see you later.